you go.
Hopefully there's not too much background noise with this AC unit, because it's hot in here. Alright.
Nope.
Welcome back to the Call of the Hunger, gentlemen and lady, and whoever's online, which just, yeah. Last time we left off, you guys stole back into Bilchester under the dead of night during a bud wake, a steady, heavy, foggy mist. As you clickety-clapped your feet through the town, it appeared that nothing was amiss. But as you approached the granary and the mill, you were confronted by the Knoll guards that were there. In a desperate hope to cause a distraction, Nash took off into town, and Wretch flailed around mud turtle style. The distraction granary and Emery to get into the mill. Ilya was able to find grain that had rotted, and some signs of maybe blood. But that being all, he decided to head off to the mill to see if he could find something more damning for Einval and his family lineage. Emery was able to find something a little bit more poignant. She found amongst the grain signs of remains, blood. About that time, Wretch had become captured by the Knolls and was dragged back to the mill. And Nash was still gallivanting around in town, trying to cause a distraction. Several guards after him, but him breaking pace. It was at that point that the yellow eyes returned. Moving through the town, the yellow eyes popped up in front of him, behind him, and along the roads. Slowly, silhouettes were starting to be seen. Ilya, having checked in with Emery, dashed in as he heard Wretch being manhandled in the living quarters of the mill. Breaking through the door, he managed to convince the guards to take him and Wretch to Einval. However, he needed to relinquish his sword. So reluctantly he did, and was subsequently detained alongside Wretch. They had just begun getting escorted out of the building when Emery noticed the yellow eyes in the rafters. Some hulking form, inhuman in shape, and she let out a shrill scream. It is at that moment that we will return, and I would like everyone to roll cool for initiative, unless you have a specific skill that would allow you to roll otherwise.
Not feeling
Wretch.
so cool.
Dang right.
This is not a nature environment, so
No.
I believe that disqualifies Emery's special ability.
Yep.
And I need to roll.
2 and 1.
Okay, 1 second. Okay. Next.
5 and 4.
Hot damn. Okay.
Showing
They
1 and
like-
3.
1 and 3 for Nash.
it. 1 and 2.
2 for Emery, who I don't see on my feed, so I'll have to scroll up and try getting her here. 2. Okay. And then I need to quickly. It's really cool too. Pardon me, I'm only working off of one screen in a weird setup here, so 2, 3. My stuff.
One screen but 2 beds? What's going on here?
Yeah, that's right. And then
Turn the beds into a screen.
Simple solution.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to hang a TV from my ceiling so I can lay on my back in bed and watch TV.
That's what horror movie had like the mirror over the bed that then broke. That's just all I can ever think of with stuff like that.
You have to be very sure of your rigging.
It's very serious.
Oh, I'm very sure.
Good.
Okay. Oh, and I got one more to do. Oh. Fudge you. Okay. I can't add that one right now, so I gotta go up here. That. That's at 2.4, so let's go right after Wretch. Okay, Wretch. Starting
Yeah.
off with you. You are held by 2 gnolls. Just carted, or just guided out into the rain. Down the hill, to the right of the granary, you see a large man, rotund in a cloak, and with him seems to be a small, a decent size of peasants following along with him. It is dark, and it is raining. And one thing that you recall is that the rain, the mists and the rain do sap your ability to channel your god as well as you usually do. In short, for both of you and Emery, the way the rain works is a lot like the mud. You're immune to the mud, even though you're coated in it, so you're fine with that. But basically, is if you are soaked with water, I upgrade the difficulty of the check, and if your target is soaked with water, I upgrade the difficulty of the check. So it's a double upgrade if you guys are both wet.
Got it.
Also, question for you, Josh. On my screen, there's a bunch of enemies, but only one in the turn order.
Yeah, we'll get to you.
Okay.
It's over to me now.
Oh yeah, and no one else can see that because
Yeah.
remember too, Nash is still in town. He can.
I was most of the way back.
He can see the bridge that heads back to the island. Because remember, you guys are on an island right now with 3 bridges, 2 that connect back to town and 1 that connects away from town. But yeah, he can see the bridge, and I think you might even actually be able to literally see the bridge on that map right now. Otherwise,
yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Is my orientation on this map is a little confusing. I'm not sure where the bridge is.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
Near your turn. All right, Wretch.
Okay. Do these guys have my weapon, or is that still on my bag?
They have it.
Okay.
And you are considered grappled. You aren't tied up or anything. They just have, each of them has an arm on you.
Yeah, I get that. So Ilya is pretty darn close to me, I can see.
Yep, he's
That's
just through the door.
to
He's 10
scale?
feet away.
Okay. Ilya, are they trying to take us to Lord Einval?
That's what it seems like.
Okay, because fancy person in a cloak is coming with a bunch of peasants. Do we want to wait for that, or do we want to deal with the screaming thing?
We're dealing with a screaming thing first.
All right, I'm a wriggle. And then I start wriggling.
All right, give me an athletics check to break the grapple, and that will be a maneuver.
Okay. Well, how about this, Mr. Man? I spend a story point to be lubricated by mud.
Yeah. Why don't you upgrade your check twice
Woo!
instead of just the once, because it's relevant. I will also allow you to use coordination instead if it's better.
That is worse for me,
Okay, well,
but
tried.
yeah, I appreciate the effort.
He has,
Ilya be
he
like,
has little arms.
Ilya be like, give me that coordination, son. All right.
Right? Yeah.
So upgrade turns 2 of my 3 green dice into yellows. Got it. 3 and 2.
I got 3 in a triumph.
Aw.
You're still held fast. That's your first maneuver.
I spend my advantage to end up upside down.
Yes, I spend my triumph to make you upside down.
So now my hands are on the ground and my feetsies are in their wrists. I'm like, how did this even happen?
They said he was wiggly. Gah!
Was that a maneuver or an action?
That's just one maneuver.
All right. I use my action to do it again.
All right.
No story
Or
point
your
this
second
time.
maneuver.
Yeah. No story point this time, though, so.
That reminds me, if you used your horseshoes or story points previously, you don't have them back yet.
I still had 2 story points, but I appreciate the reminder.
I got 3 and 3.
Okay, I got 2.
What you notice, these guys are holding you strong. In fact, you've been in the clutches of some pretty strong things before. They're unnaturally strong.
All right. That's me.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep wriggling.
As you wiggle, hold on a second. Sorry, I gotta get to where I was in my notes. You hear Einval call out from below through the rain. He goes, "You have stolen." He goes, "You have come into my town and were met with hospitality. And now you have stolen in under the dead of night, cloaked in the rain. You've broken into my properties. My patience is near its end." And with that, Emery, as you scream, the thing on the in the rafters above you chitters down the wall.
Oh God.
And as it does, it's massive in size.
Yeah, huh?
And it lashes out at you. I need you to give me a
Mm-mm.
coordination check.
Nope.
I'll coordination or I'll allow you to roll melee defense.
Okay, coordination. It would be 2 green die, or no. Yeah. That I guess I'll roll that. 2 success, 1 advantage.
You get grabbed by something articulating from the backside of this creature, and it pulls you. It doesn't do any damage, as you would have imagined at first when it struck you. Instead, it grapples you, and it skulks. It like backpedals its way up the wall with you
Uh-huh.
in its limb.
Uh-huh.
As it pulls you up the building, it looks at you and goes, actually I'm trying to get you, there we go, that's close enough. It looks at you and goes, sorry, actually you get a better sight of it now. It is an amalgamation of body parts, of like humanoid body parts that have been stitched together into new limbs that do not make like a comprehensive creature. It is almost scorpion in silhouette. And out of the top of it, where a head of a scorpion would be, is like a centaur, a abdomen with a humanoid body kind of dangling from it. And it cracks, or it rolls its neck as it sizes you up, and its mouth distends low as it goes, "My sweet child, you mistake salvation for predation."
That is not comforting.
No.
And with that, it ends its turn, and these gnolls, slow 1, 2, 3, 4, move Wretch towards Eingal. Ilya, it is your turn.
Yeah, fuck these guys. Are they considered engaged with me right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Unless if they have attack of opportunity, I'll fuck them up if they do. Yeah, I'm gonna get do one of these. 3, 4, like that.
Sorry, what are you trying to do? First of all, you're grappled.
I'm grappled?
You're grappled by the two gnolls. Yep. There's one
All
on
right. I'm gonna try to wiggle out of it.
All right. Give me an athletics or coordination check.
Coordination it is. Not great, not terrible. 3 and 3.
I rolled 1 and 6. Your first maneuver, you break their grip.
I'm free?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. 1,
Right.
2. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4.
As you run away, they're gonna get their attack of opportunity against you.
I fucking thought so.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll your melee defense. And instead of rolling for both of them, I'm going to have one assist the other. What did you roll?
Hold on.
Oh, that's got to be good.
1. No, 1 failure, 2 threat.
Okay. As you attempt to run away, they grab you. They don't do any damage. They just try to grab you. So at this point, you are re-grabbed here. You may spend another maneuver to attempt to break free and continue your run. But remember, that will be your third maneuver.
And I'll have to strain for that.
Yep.
That's fine. Yeah, fuck these guys. Getting out of their grasp. He's trying to.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. 4 and 3.
You break away.
Bless you.
So yeah, you break their grasp and jerk them off and continue running through that door.
So I would continue my path from my original path.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You see Emery being dragged up into the scaffolding some 20 feet above you.
This term, I know I'm not going to be able to do it this turn, but a reminder that recalling my sword is an action, right?
It's I believe it's either an action or a maneuver. You can take a look at your sheet, but it also costs a story point.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay. Meanwhile, I gotta go over my other map. Bull. Looking out. Sorry, Nash, thank you. Looking out, you can just make out the bridge in this direction over here. South.
Map. Okay.
But you see these figures hemming you in as they come in from all sides. As they approach, 1, 2, 1, 2. As they approach, you also see large, almost like raccoon-sized things leap from rooftop to rooftop as they get clear as well. They are clearly not raccoons. Yeah. As they scurry and scamper about. Trying to move them all here. As they crowd in, they don't seem to be making any aggressive moves towards you. They stand tall and defiant, and as the rain trickles off of them, you notice they're farmers. They're sapient of all walks of life. But there's a sickly pallor to their skin. Their limbs seem distended in length, somehow unnaturally long. And as they walk, they seem to have a power and almost like a lean cat sort of grace to them. As the rain dampens the noise that they make.
Right, couple I guess a mechanics question. Did them approaching me proc the fear check?
1 second, let me double check.
It says when they activate on me.
Roll your what is it? Average fear check?
Give me a second because I got some buffs. Fearsome. The first time each adversary becomes engaged with the character may force the adversary to make a fear check with the difficulty equal to the character's rank in Fearsome, which is Fearsome 2. So is that average?
Yep.
All right,
So
and then
I'm going to give them, because I'm activating all of them as one entity, just for the sake of turn order and not driving myself insane, I'm just going to give them 2 boost dice. And,
all right. And then for fear checks, I am rolling coercion, right?
No, you just roll the 2 purple dice based off of the fear check.
Okay, just the 2 purple die. Okay.
Yep.
And then they automatically get 1 failure because of my armor.
Nice.
So that would be 2 failure, 2 threat.
Put these two away. Do these two. 2 failure, 2 threat.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. As they approach you, a couple of them seem hesitant, but again, the ones that aren't shirking away entirely, they seem to be like flexing their hands, like they're ready for something more, but they're not attacking.
All right.
And then I gotta
Um,
turn order is now to the gnolls that were holding Ilya. So they
okay, so
dash
not
back
my
in.
turn.
No, that was their turn.
Okay.
So the gnolls are gonna dash over. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay. They run over, and I guess they have to spend 2 strain in order to be able to attempt to grab Ilya again. Ilya, give me an athletics check. Or coordination, sorry.
Since are they considered re-engage with me? Because Nash just reminded me that I have a fear check ability for something.
You do too?
Yeah, threw it in there for spice. I have a
One.
whole rank in it, I think. Yeah,
Nice. Okay, so roll 1 purple die.
hell yeah.
Again. So I'll roll this.
I rolled nothing.
They pass. Barely, but they pass.
Okay. As I'm trying to avoid the grapple, can I furtively point at the horror in the other room?
I'll allow you to have that kind of action after their action. I'll allow you to like attempt to do that sort of stuff.
Holy shit. 5 and 3.
Wow. Yeah, you deftly maneuver around them and push them off balance as they try to grab a hold of you. What would you like to do? This is a quick narrative thing that you're asking them for.
I would look at the dramatic flourish with both arms, like a presenter at a magic show, like how ridiculous this is. Point at the horror that has Emery grappled.
Okay. They stumble over. As they get up, they look past you at it. And with that, we'll move over to Nash's turn.
Nash's turn, yes. So with Nash's turn, 1 maneuver to pull my weapon out, and the other maneuver to take a defensive stance.
Okay.
And I forget what defensive stance does. I'm looking in the cheat sheet here. Where is it? Maneuvers. Oh, it doesn't say. Is defensive stance in the cheat sheet?
It might be in the maneuvers. Basically, you just get a black die for all of your defense, but then your next turn you get a black die for all
On my
of your
attack.
attacks. Yep.
Okay, so just 1 extra black die on my defense rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Emery.
Okay, so Emery's gonna try to talk to this thing, because every other time she's ever trying to escape the grasp of anything, it's never worked. But this thing is suddenly talking to her.
Okay. So I'm gonna let you say whatever you want,
Mhm.
but I want you to tell me if there's something you're hoping to achieve while talking to it, so I know what to make you roll. If you're trying to figure out what it is, if you're trying to
Trying.
convince it of something, right? That sort of stuff. So
Yeah, I'm trying to make it let me go. So.
okay. Say what you will.
If,
And you will roll actually just say what you will and I'll make
Okay.
a roll from there.
if you're saying you're not a predator, then you 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 would let me go, right? You'd let me go.
It looks at you, and at this point, below you, Ilya's pointing, and the gnolls are looking up, and it looks at you and goes, "Of course, my sweets. We just don't want anyone getting hurt. We don't want anyone making rash decisions." Give me a negotiation check.
Okay. Yeah, this went as well as could be expected. An advantage.
Sorry, I gotta look up a stat. Oh,
That's not a good sign.
a single advantage,
Yep.
you said. Okay.
Yep.
So it sets you down on the rafters with it, and it loosens its tail thing, but it is still coiled twice around your calves,
Okay.
like an inch from the skin.
Okay. Okay, what am I... Like, I know you described what I'm looking at. This isn't something Emery's seen before, right? Like, this is some sort of crazy, gross amalgamation, right? This is like... Or is there any chance she knows what the fuck
Would you
this
like to
is?
spend a maneuver to like analyze it, so to speak?
Uh,
Or are you just asking, like, if there's something that you specifically have certainly seen before, canonically through the story that we've told?
no. I want to spend a minute because it's saying don't make any rash decisions. It's still got its thing around me. I'm just gonna like stop, like hold my hands up and just like look at it, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Go ahead and give me
knowledge dark.
either a knowledge dark or an interpretation check. You'll learn different things based off of what you choose.
So 4 green dice or a yellow and 2 green. I'm gonna go with knowledge dark. It's more just my character's thing.
Okay.
Or what she would be thinking.
Yep.
2 success, 5 advantage.
Wow. This is some sort of undead, but it's not a restless. A restless is something that was like a dude, an undead dude. This is a compilation of body parts. You don't sense any infernal, like, Motleti magic, and it seems to have a personality. So it's not like the constructs from the Reeve estate at all.
Right. Okay.
Looking at it more, and with your particular background, you get a sense. This thing is possessed. This
Okay.
is, for all intents and purposes, is like a phylactery. It is a meat totem being puppeted.
So it's kind of like what I do with sticks, but like with a body? Is that...
Kind of. The closest thing to it in approximation would be like a memory or something like that. But you know when you how do I put it? There's a personality in this thing which makes you think either it's like the things that you make where there's a spirit that is floated down into it,
Yeah.
or it's something like when your brother was operating you. He's not you, sort of thing, right? But he's possessing you. In that
Right.
sense.
Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna... That's gonna be my turn, is just like sizing it up,
Yeah.
basically. And slightly
Yeah.
less constrained. That's... I'm playing it slow.
Wretch, we're back to you, and you can reply to Einval if you would like, or if you would, whatever you want to do.
Can you explain the monster in your windmill, bruh?
You haven't seen it.
I thought Ilya and I
heard-
could see it.
You heard Emery scream, and
Oh.
Ilya ran through the door, but you were in a little living room.
Okay. All right.
You could ask him to explain where he fucked up. Because it seems clear like he did not complete the mission that was set upon him when we left with our friend's corpse.
Yeah.
Hey, I wasn't a corpse yet.
Exactly.
You know,
So far, Wretch, you came back into town. You didn't see much at all that was sketchy, and then you heard Emery scream as you were detained.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna feign innocence as I do. So I'm gonna be like, broke in. I was coming back into town to check in after we departed each other's company. We had to run off and get healing very quickly for our friend. So we're coming back in to check on things. I get lost in the rain, flop around like a mud crab, looking at my assailants here for any counter to my point, because all they found was me flopping around on a bank. So I'm like, I didn't break into shit. Your boys dragged me to this place that I'm not supposed to be, apparently, and now you're accusing me of being here, which that's kind of messed up. I didn't want to be here. You can't drag someone into Area 51 to be like, what are you doing here? Trying to see aliens?
What's
You
he
arrested
talking
me,
about?
bro.
You can go ahead and give me a deception roll. But the
How is that
scope-
deceiving? It is true.
What-
You knew what our
if you
intents
would
were.
like, if you'd like, you could
I'm
roll
kidding.
negotiation instead.
I'm kidding. I'll do deception, sure, because I knew. Two and one.
So many stats. I gotta go back and forth and back and forth.
I can't hold all my stats.
He looks at you.
What? Sorry.
Einval looks at you as he kind of crutches forward. He still has a cane, and he kind of shimmies a little bit forward as he speaks to you. He goes, "Wretch, I have always sensed a bit of a... I've never sensed any malice in you, but your shenaniganery is at an end. I've given you all of the hospitality that is countenanced upon me as the head of this town. And at this point, any further meddling is simply a slight to the people of Bilchester." And he waves his hand at the two gnolls who let go of you. At this point.
Okay.
What else? It's still your turn.
All right. So do I have my hammer back?
No.
Bastards. Well. There appears to be a disturbance inside your mill, however. I'm going to turn and look towards the mill.
I am sure that is just a strange coincidence, wretch.
I'm going to give him the most sus look. Just like,
No,
uh-huh.
he's giving you the most sarcastic look.
Yeah, I
Because
can.
you're like, we didn't do anything, man.
Yeah, he clearly didn't believe me. So I'm just going to look at him all like, yeah, okay. Piece of shit. Well, he doesn't want me in there, so I'm not going to just like, later nerd, and run towards it, but I'll walk with him towards it.
Okay, so do you want to... Him and you are slowly walking towards each other about here, if that works out for you. Like,
Sure.
I mean, that seems like what's thematically going on. Okay.
Yeah.
And we'll call that as your turn and what will be his turn. The flesh totem has set Emery down and looks at you once more. It calls down to Ilya at this point too. 1 second, I gotta pull up. It's always about them notes.
It's about them notes.
Thank you.
I would the thing calls down to you, Ilya, and he goes, Ilya, I would caution you from your noble crusade. You may find that your naivety brokers more wounds than it mends.
Can I respond at a turn?
If you'd like to cost yourself a maneuver from your turn, coming up turn.
Yeah. Okay. You call me naive. Ever since I set foot in this town, everybody's been lying to me. So, if you can convince me with the truth that I can believe, perhaps this can be a more diplomatic interaction.
Give me either negotiation or leadership.
Emery's just side-eyeing this monster coiled around her like.
One and two.
It looks at Emery. It looks down at you. The tail slides away from Emery's feet. And it scrunches over the side here. Oh, so slightly. There is a fear in town. There is a sickness. It has a name. It is paranoia. Maybe they taught folks in the north a little bit more open-mindedness. And she looks over at you as well, Emery, at this point. That's the flesh totem's turn. The guards by Wretch just hang out. And then it's Ilya's turn.
So I'm gonna look back at the guards, like, not trying to run now. I just need to get into the room so I can like face this thing and talk to it.
Yeah, they've stopped at this point. You've kind of like swooped past them and stuff like that. It's your turn now. They've slowed down. They're as you walk away from them, they haven't grappled you. They still have your sword, so they're comfortable with letting you walk forward.
I can't move my character.
Didn't you
Think
just move your character?
Oh,
I think the door is
I'm
like.
trying.
Oh,
locked.
sorry. I didn't realize that door was closed.
One.
It was open. I think he's trying to move his character, and it's like bumping the button instead.
Here. Bloop. Does that help you?
Yeah. Okay. When I walked in here, I saw you had my friend grappled after she screamed. So, for this conversation to continue properly, I need you to speak to me directly and clearly. Because, you're right, I'm a little bit naive because a lot's been going on here that is beyond my understanding. I do not do magic, I do combat. So this is very strange to me. But Lord Einval meddled with forces well beyond his understanding and created unimaginable horrors in town here, and he has cursed his people, and I'd really like to understand why and how to fix it.
You were misinformed. And with that, I'm going to cut back to the
What was that?
villagers. You were misinformed.
What?
And with that, I'm cutting back to the villagers surrounding Nash.
I don't think it was. I think the undead scorpion monster is trying to deceive me.
It just feels like we're getting continuously gaslit, but okay.
Yeah, like, you know what? You know what's like clear and undeniable, at least to most things that aren't friends with Wretch, is the finality of death. Okay.
There's a lot of things that are breaking that rule that we've run
So
into so far.
Let me just start with a clean slate. We can turn this into a real estate development.
Okay. Oh, come on. I'm trying to grab you. Move. Grabberton.
Who you grabbing now, huh?
Don't worry about it.
Consider me worried.
Right. There's more of these on the roof next to it, but I can't put them. It'll put them inside the building instead of on the roof for that building because it's got an interior. As the figure starts to crowd in around you, Nash, they look at you and go, they're examining you.
All of them, or just the one that showed up right in front of me?
Oh, all of them.
Okay.
It's cautiously as it rains. You will not kill our town. We are stronger now. Your ilk cannot take Bilchester like they took so many hamlets already.
That's racist.
We're stronger now. That's their turn. And if you'd like to spend a maneuver on your turn, you can right now to reply. Otherwise, it'll be your turn in just a second.
Yeah, I'll just reply right away for one maneuver.
Okay.
And I'm going to Did they all say that in unison, or one of them in particular?
A couple of them spoke up. Like it was like one person to your left, and then another person added to it to the right. You heard someone in the back go, "Yeah," sort of thing. It wasn't
Okay.
like twins pulse echoing thing. It was just multiple people speaking up.
So kind of like a hive mind kind of thing, but it was jumping around?
No.
Or okay.
No, it was just more like people who are of the same mind, right? Like
Okay. So
they have the same agenda.
so did this speech come from the beings, or was it like obvious that they were being spoken through?
You can give me a perception check.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's...
An investigation check.
Do I actually have a point into that? Where is it? I do not have a point into that. 1 and 1.
If it was some sort of like being puppeted thing, man, they've got a lot of really good facial expression and body language when they do it.
Okay. So with that, I'll just reply, we haven't done anything to you. And that'll be my reply.
All right. The two gnolls behind Ilya, you guys hear them go, Do we get Einvo? I think we're supposed to stay with them. We already had a few guards go get Einvo. I think he knows. Well, of course he knows, but like there's just obviously something's happening, man.
How are they not like shitting their pants here?
Just go outside and just like come get backup or something. And the one of the gnolls walks outside. Wretch, you see them come out, and the other gnoll walks in and is with you guys.
Can I, ask
the
a
one
question?
who left is the one with the sword.
Well, it doesn't matter to me.
Sorry, just for story understanding's sake, like, because I can't see what's on the other screens, dang it. Not Bull. Nash. Nash. How far
Not so
away
easy, is it?
I'm working on it. He's not like directly outside of this building at this point. He's still in kind of
he's
the
not
city
on the
area,
island.
right? Okay.
He's not on the island, but he's in town.
Okay. I just got confused when you then went immediately to talking about the gnolls. So okay.
Yeah, it's just in turn order.
Gotcha.
All right.
Okay. No, that's fine.
All right. And we're back to Nash, who has one maneuver is lost.
Can you do guard or defensive stance repeatedly?
Yeah. Like
Right,
you can,
I'll just do that
you can
again.
double it up if you want, if that's what you're saying.
Well, no, I just meant like I did it on my last turn, so it would have worn off this turn. Can I just re-up it?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Emery.
Okay. Remind me of the last thing that they said. I'm not sure if I'm.
The last thing it said was, "You have been misinformed."
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna take a step back, and I'm assuming I'm on rafters, right?
Yep.
There's not like a ladder up here, is there?
The exit to the rafters is over here. You see there's a small staircase.
I can't see a
leading down to
staircase. It's just a black wall.
Yeah, sorry. It's because you're upstairs. So like over here,
Oh, okay.
there is a passage. It's very obvious that there's a passage here now that you're up here, but down
Okay.
below it was behind a bookcase or behind a cupboard.
Okay, could you just get rid of that line for, like, the sake of
I can try. 1 second.
this? Sorry, because otherwise it's gonna really mess with.
Yeah, here, I'll just do this. Lead.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Sorry.
gonna back away from it because it let me go, and kind of like still have my hands up, slowly walking backwards, right, like doing that thing,
Yeah.
and be like, all right, misinformed. Why don't you take a second to explain then?
So that's going to be the end of your turn.
Mhm.
Actually, I'll give a little bit of its explanation right now as a maneuver, and then
Okay.
I'll continue on its turn. But it looks at you and goes, "Cursed. Who said we were cursed?" It goes, "If it's any manner of speech, yes, Bill Chester's been cursed with food spoils, with the ill intent of man, with the neglect of Limerin responsibility, of raiders from other worlds. But there's no bog witch curse on this town." And with that, I'll go to Wretch.
Could I? 1 second, I just want to. Can I spend 2 strain to do an extra maneuver to get down? I don't know how the.
You can head down towards the cupboard thing, but it's gonna take a little bit more to get through there and out, so to speak. I'll say that you start heading down the stairs. But
Yeah. Just I am a minute too. Just
it's the
assume.
opposite direction. It's over here.
Oh, it looks like a little ladder thing. Sorry.
Sorry, that's just more scaffold.
Okay.
So there's a cupboard in the way that you gotta like move, but I'll say for a second maneuver you'll be able to get through it and out into the back area on the ground. But you're starting down the stairs that are there. I can't. It's hard for me to like show
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah,
So
that's fine. Okay.
just thematically, that's what you're doing.
Yeah. That's totally cool.
Okay. Wretch.
Well, I'm walking with Einval and the boys. Does the Null reach us by now?
Yeah, he comes out. How do things fare inside? Well, the vestige of Iblig, it's honoring our guests' conversation, my liege. He kind of looks at him and goes, "Very well. Go ahead and tell them that they can join us out here. Or we can very well crowd inside and get out of this rain. What say you, wretch?"
Do you know the meme of Chris Hemsworth as Thor when he's kind of squinting?
I wish I
like
did, but I
I
can
know what
kind
you're
of picture him squinting, so...
He's got this shit-eating grin.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can find it in Discord.
I know what one you're talking about. Oh, you got it.
Okay, I got it. Okay, so just kind of that squinting, like, smile, like... Yeah, this is all going great, buddy. After you, sir.
Sorry, I was looking at the Discord thing.
It's okay.
Why did this? Now things are being weird. How do I get back? How do I get
Oh,
back to
no.
the call?
Oh, the call? You can just click on the Call of the Hunger title above all of our pictures.
Popped out. Yes, it's popped out. I can see it here. It is just. Oh, okay. There we go. Got it.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm just walking at whatever pace Einval decides.
Okay. So you guys can start heading inside. But it's quickly clear that there's not a lot of space as the two of you and the two guards come in. See if I can get you guys through the door and not be some sort of additional horror in here. The rest of the group, you guys hear these guys start coming in through the door.
Hey, guys.
At this point, is it fair to say that people make space for everyone to come in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just bars the way.
We'll say Emery starts making her way through and down as well, but I'm going to cut over back to Nash then. Excuse me, pardon me, says all of that. The people continue to berate you, Nash. And it's clear that these are still villagers. But they're upset at you being here.
Yeah, Nash.
One of them speaks up in the background too, was, why can't you just leave us alone and stay in your woods?
Am I to continue the conversation?
You can do whatever you want. It's your
But I
turn.
mean,
to respond to this
no, I
joke.
just mean, like, are you gonna make me burn a maneuver?
It's your turn now. So you can just tell me what you want. Like, just speak naturally, and depending on how long the conversation goes, we'll determine how much of your turn is consumed by the conversation.
Okay. So I would just like to respond with, I'm not quite sure what you're referring to. Would you be willing to escort me to my comrades and things can be explained better?
They first give me either a leadership or a negotiation roll.
I think they're both the same. Yeah, they're the same roll for me. 1 and 1 again.
Okay. They go, we'll take you to Einval. He will know what to do with you.
Group up. We're stronger together.
My ultimate is ready.
How do you respond to that?
Please do. I don't want to hurt anybody that I don't have to.
Oh, yeah. You're so sincere. You're such a good guy. Restraining from killing us.
He's a
To
hero.
just kill him. Like, come on.
I don't attack those that don't attack me.
If this was a movie, this is the blonde chick at the start of a scary movie. Like, you just gotta do it.
Okay. So they're gonna try to start herding you towards Einval's house.
His house?
They don't know where
Yeah,
he
this
is,
is-
so they're assuming
Uh-oh.
that's where he is.
That's no good.
Are you going to go willingly, or are you going to start butchering these guys in the street?
I'm going to go wherever they lead me.
Right. So they start taking you to the Lord's house, and we'll go back to Emery's turn.
It's looking a little cozy in here. What? So everyone's like crowded in here right now.
Yeah.
Now Einval is in here. Has he said anything as he came in? Like,
as he comes in, he does an honorary gesture, almost like a small bow towards the totem flesh creature.
okay.
I'm giving you first opportunity to speak. If you would like to pass until the enemies have an initiative, then that's fine too. You can like hold your maneuver, and we're gonna have a conversation.
I don't feel well suited to start accusing Einval of sticking like blood or whatever into the grains right now. Feeling a little like outnumbered and outmatched and trying to figure out what in the heck they're thinking. So I'm kind of leaning towards, I think I'm gonna hold until I hear more of the evil monologue, right?
Okay.
I'm sorry, the monologue. I'm sure they aren't evil. It's just
Definitely not evil.
Innocent
I'm
until
not
proven
innocent.
guilty.
yeah.
Yeah, local hero phlebotomist accused of multiple murder. Jeffrey Dahmer to stand trial next week.
Okay. So as you wait, Wretch, you also have the opportunity to speak before they start having conversation. Do you want to pass for now?
So I can see the giant flesh abomination now?
Yes. It's that way.
Yeah. I'm just gonna, like, kind of sigh. Just mutter random nonsense under my breath and, like, pull out my holy icon just in case this is needed because I can't have my hammer, I guess. I pull out my holy icon and obsidian knife, and I'm just like, whatever, this is happening now.
I wouldn't brandish the knife if I were you. Like, that's kind of more of an aggressive gesture to, like, whip out a blade. You can if you want, but I'm just saying.
I can't even have it
stupid.
I can't even have it at my side? Like, not like holding it out like, but just kind of have it?
Do you want to try a stealth thing, maybe?
You can try to do it in a stealthy way if you want.
Alright.
Remember what happened when Bull did a stupid?
Yeah, I got it. I'll just have the holy icon.
And continues doing.
Yeah, it's just like if someone pulls a knife on you when you're in the middle of a conversation, it tends to just be distracting.
A little bit.
Okay, distracted, but I feel like context clues, it's a little understandable.
If you want to start it that way, just be aware of the repercussions, right? Like,
I can give my sword back.
But when I walk into the human scorpion centipede monster, and I'm like, huh, I would like to have some form of weapon. I'd like it if everyone in the room wasn't like, what an asshole.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's very reasonable from your point, but them responding to you pulling out a dagger is also reasonable. Whether or not they grab your hand or pull out their own weapons.
Yeah, not disagreeing with it. Just...
Yeah.
I feel like
you don't know the intelligence level of this creature you're talking to.
I know, but I feel like after Einval and his goons manhandled me off of relaxing on a beach, stole my weapons, and then dragged me around all the places, I don't think they have the moral high ground to be like, you dare brandish a weapon. Thanks, kidnappers. Anyway, I'll do nothing. I'll grumble with my holy icon.
Well, I'll just say there's a reason none of these villagers have attacked me yet, because, I mean, if you think about it, I'm kind of like a god compared to them, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
The creature in the rafters speaks. Einval, my child,
No.
they wish to know our story.
Love story time.
The truth?
The truth. Very well.
Everyone sit crisscross applesauce. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Get out some tea and some biscuits.
1 second. You have come to my door with threats and ultimatums. You've come not once, twice. Still you proceed. Blessed are the naive. 1 second. Edit thing here. Who've never had to make hard choices.
Oh.
But naivety comes at a price. I have been yoked for a long time on making that choice myself for these. Your compatriot. He knows the fear of certain death. And when given the choice between change and death, like all the gnolls in this room, he chose change, despite the unknown, whether or not he would become a monster. I am yoked with the responsibility of what to do for my folks here. When the food spoil came, it seemed my folks were put in a position to stare down certain death. So I turned to my elders. I feared for my kind, but you know what I tried decades ago.
Okay.
You know of my failures. I could not feed my people with the crops in the field, and I could not feed them with the darkness that stained my father and my grandfather and their what's the word I'm looking for? Fellow noblemen. I turned to the only source I knew that might save them the way she saved me. In order for my town to not become the dead, they needed to eat of them. They would not survive another chill otherwise. They would litter this field, and all you would come across in Bilchester is a ghost town with scattered shades like the Reeve State. So yes, you come into this town and you see amongst you monsters. But here, we stand proud and strong. We have been changed. We eat the dead, but we do not make them. And that's enough montage for now. It is Ilya. As far as like, I guess we can just go back and forth at the for a little bit, and I'll let Nash know. I'll update you guys periodically as Nash gets closer, so to speak.
Is there something I can say to the group that's escorting me?
Yeah. So at this point, you're approaching Einval's manor, but you haven't made it all the way there yet. It's just very close. Go ahead.
But am I okay? May I suggest that Ingval has already found the rest of my party and is with them at the mill?
They look at you. Well, you wouldn't know Einval is at the. Einval wasn't there when you left. Just so you know.
No, I know. I'm just saying if they're taking me to Ingval and I heard the screen and everything else going on,
Okay.
I'm just suggesting that he might already be with the rest of my party.
Okay. There's townspeople who are excitedly running back and forth at this point. And you hear mutterings and you hear a couple of shouts. But at this point, that's kind of what you gather. Anyways, does anyone want to respond to Einval?
Oh. Yeah, Ilya's brimming with rage, but he understands the situation that Ilya is in. He doesn't understand the situation that Einval is in. You did not save your people. You turned them into monsters by your own word. Why did we even go to the manor if you're going to continue the horrors that put you here in the first place? This is just a backwards justification for you playing with forces you don't understand, you can't understand. I'm not pretending that I do or that I know what it's like to make choices for an entire town. But I also don't have the hubris to think that I can continue this generational curse and not suffer repercussions from it. Look around you. You didn't save your people from starvation. You twisted and mutated them because you couldn't face your failures. You couldn't face the evil that was in front of you, so you took it out of yourself and spread it all over your own kind. Let me tell you about naivete is seeing the darkness that according to you consumed your father and your grandfather and all of your people and thinking, no, I'm different. I can do better. I can twist them into monstrosities. I can work with, and Ilya gestures to the scorpion monster, that, and then ask us to risk our lives so you can fix the problem that you apparently perpetuated. No, you let us put our lives on the line for a lie, and you're gonna grandstand to me?
Can I check?
Literally nothing Einval could say at this point could convince him otherwise.
Can I just check if he has his shadow back or not? Because
does.
that was... Huh?
He does have his shadow back.
Okay. Interesting.
Does it make him not a dick?
No, it doesn't. I was just like, that was what he said he was going, like, the goal of whatever we did before at the Reeve estate, right? It's like...
Yeah. So, couple things. As you speak at him, he wilts a bit. But he looks at you again, and actually, sorry, as he starts to wilt a bit after what you were saying about father and grandfather, the totem speaks up, and you hear Henry and Castor beat Einval Abisht as a child. They broke his little bones. They were great businessmen. but they beat kids to death. They beat his little brother to death. And his mother. It was only with Ibalik that he was able to survive his childhood. I did what I could to keep him safe from the predations of man. And I did what I could to get you out of here as soon as possible. You say I continued this charade for some petty reason? Yes. My shadow is back to calm you and your fears. You look at us and you see monsters. Whose people are going around pillaging and butchering? Is it us ghouls? No, it's the Willant! Now we are strong! I showed you our benevolence! Not only did I show you my malevolence, but now I'll show you our strength! You'll take my message back to the Willant, whether it be your people or your people. You will see. You will show them Bilchester is strong. I don't need your grace. And as he's talking, his arms come up, and his robe comes up with his arms, and he stands taller. And you see the arms move away from the shoulders, and 2 extra pairs of arms fold out from underneath. As the cloak folds down, you notice that the top original arms that were downward are like mantis arms up and over the top of his shoulders.
He's a
As
floor
he
dweller.
stands tall, you see that he's been squatting this whole time, and it's been the witchcraft user in the room would know that there was a glamour on him. As that sheds away, you see his face grow gaunt as his anger and his righteousness pulls forward.
Yeah. Okay.
One second. I got it. Tokens beat tokens, man.
So many tokens.
Okay. At this
Oh.
point,
Okay, whole new figure.
yeah, it's not the best figure for him, but
Sure.
you guys get it. They're all ghouly.
Sure.
And he's a lord. At this point, Nash is taken to the manor, and people are saying, he's already back. He's already at the granary. They've got the rest of them. And they're pushing you now, and you're basically at the opposite side of the bridge as the granary.
Right, so I'm
I
at
will-
the bridge.
Yeah. So, oop, shit. What just happened?
I don't know. Nothing changed on my screen.
Oh, I'm trying to. Here we go. There we go.
Now it did.
Yeah. So I'm just moving you back to the other map because it'll be easier to show you where you are. So now you are back here.
Oh, I'm back over there. Okay.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay. So yeah, you guys have struck some nerves with the totem and Einval at this point. He has basically told you guys, get the fuck out. Go to the Walund and tell them don't fuck with us. Because I don't need your guys' permission. We don't need your permission to live. We're strong now.
So like, can we do like a player timeout?
Yeah. Go ahead. You guys could talk as a player base at this point if you'd like.
They don't know the Wooland are in disarray and not giving orders.
No, they
Yeah,
don't.
so you had communicated earlier, Bull, that you knew that group of the Blades of Azralan, and you guys had mentioned that you might be able to talk to them, but you started doing ultimatums about you guys are cursed. You're cursed. We came to solve the curse. So he goes like, fine, here's the curse. And you guys get that he basically sent you guys on an errand to placate you.
Mm-hmm.
But quick
Motherfucker.
question: how would the villagers still know I'm Woolund?
Because you walked into town with all of the known entities, not being stealthy at all, and you guys
Okay.
have been in town before. They know who you guys are. And they were there when they were like, he seems to be bitten by a werewolf and seems to be transforming.
So obviously, these guys are bad news.
Yeah,
Do
mutated.
think that this is any sort of fight we can take, though?
Not you, me, and Wretch without a hammer.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm on my way, but yeah.
He seems really mad.
I have obsidian
He's
daggers.
coming with a ghoul army.
I have
Yeah.
obsidian daggers and stuff. It says it hurts mages. Would we consider Einval a mage? I mean, he does rituals.
Oh,
That
reminds me. So you asked, would you consider him a mage? You haven't seen him do any like hocus pocus magic, really? Other than the witchcraft that was performed, like that you intuited from his stories at the Reeve estate.
Yeah, he said he like dabbled in that long ago.
Well,
and
he's
all
also
that.
fucking a fucking liar.
Something that you notice with your high vigilance, your magic feels dampened around him.
He's an anti-magic user.
Antimatter,
You'd be
baby.
considered more of like a monstrosity. Like your undead stuff would be clearly within the realm. Now, what ability do you have for attacking like mage people? The obsidian blade?
Yeah, the obsidian daggers just say it hurts mages.
Yeah, nope, wouldn't affect him.
Alright.
I mean, it would affect him as much as a dagger would, but it's not really like you look at him, you're like, I'm gonna keep you from casting spells.
Good news is he's only got 1 HP. Bad news is he's got 20 soak.
I mean, I have
Not a problem for Ilya.
I have Wraithbane,
You've got to get to him first.
so I do more damage to undead.
I've got to get to him.
I don't know if ghouls are considered undead.
I'm right next to Einval.
He'd be considered undead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
could
I mean-
also go get a handsome Irish man and tell him, yeah, dude, that whole village is full of undead people.
Yeah, like who knows what they're. We don't know that they're not sending the grain to Lamore tainted.
In
I
fact, we
think-
think that they might be, from context that we've gotten. Because we knew that they were arriving, they were giving shipments, their shipments were coming into Lamore, and that they were talking about the potential Bilchester food spoil, and like, as we were leaving last. So that's
Yeah.
a good point.
So, as a player,
I still think we should try and talk our way to leaving town.
Leaving for now and potentially coming back.
yeah, like I don't feel confident. I think we could take Einval on his own. We could take Scorpion Thing on its own. And we need to figure out a way to do that sooner than later because we know that Einval lied to us and put us in mortal danger. We know that he's bad news because I don't believe for a second that he gave his townspeople the choice. Because look at him. And also, just the video that I put in the text channel. This is an abomination. It must be struck from the world.
Also, where were they getting the flesh that they were eating from?
They said that
Dead.
they said they did.
Yeah, but where are the dead coming from?
The
ground.
They claimed
grow.
they weren't killing the people, they were just eating the dead. But did he say where or how? Like,
he mentioned that the food spoil from the Lemoore crash, from you guys,
shut up.
Hey now.
right?
It's from the Bronze Dragon, not us.
Originally, that was concentrated in the city, and the city was like, let's just flush the streets. Fuck it. And all of that shit went out into the fields, and it poisoned the food. And these people started getting sick and dying from eating their food supply. So he's like, all of my people were dying. I changed tactics, and rather than have them all die, I made it so they could eat the dead and eat the rotting food.
Yeah, I have. The way he's talking, I have every reason to suspect. It's a lateral move, we'll say. Yeah, I have every reason to suspect that he's sending spoiled or tainted grain with human flesh back to Lemoore, and he's playing like we are victims of circumstance who have had to make poor choices too. But what I'm seeing here is a pattern based on something that's wrong with Einval, and we can't let that continue.
Yeah.
The road to Black Phillip's garden is paved with good intentions, or whatever it is.
Nice.
You've got it. Got the right of it. Okay, so we're gonna delicately remove ourselves as he suggested, and regroup. Okay. On T.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say calmly. How to put this? Calmly and clearly, there hasn't been violence between us up until this point. Doesn't have to be from here on out. We will take our leave, take our things, and you won't see us again.
Say it as it is. We are going to tactfully retreat.
Give me a deception check.
Deception?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is true.
No,
Yeah,
because
but
they
there's
will
also
see
a
us
hint of
again.
we're coming back.
Shouldn't have added that last.
It's about masking your intent, and clearly you are leaving specifically to come back and kill him in a more advantageous situation.
I have to be. I'll be back.
Well, I mean, if he wants to get rowdy with it, then it can happen.
Just roll your deception, goddammit.
Can I get a boost die? Because technically Ilya wasn't thinking those things. I was. Oh, fuck.
No,
oh, no.
You've expressed, Ilya.
Oh. So. Sorry, guys. Question, so story point, can that be used to upgrade a die, or how does that work?
Story point is used to upgrade a die before rolling.
Oh, should have done that, but I don't think it would have made a difference. Oh. But then this time, every time my blanket's here to kill you. Literally nothing. Wow.
I'm
Oh.
Man, are you still with us?
yeah, I'm just soaking in the grandeur of being right like 7 sessions ago.
I believed you. I just didn't have words for it.
Yeah, but I mean, thinking about it from his point of view, his people were dying.
That's not enough.
I mean, sending us. Okay, I love how, and I'm using this as part of a joke, but it is funny where Josh is like, I mean, he wanted you to feel useful. He sent you on an errand. That errand got bull killed and had us fight 3 titans. I mean, if you wanted us to just feel useful, you could be like, oh, go pick me 10 purple flowers and I can cast a spell and it'll be fine. Like, I don't know. This whole, like, oh, woe is me
Fetch
thing.
quest.
He led us into a death trap to try and just get rid of us. Fuck this guy.
Hey, you insisted. You insisted.
He had his shadow back.
Yeah.
We took
In
him there
fact-
with the intent to get his shadow back.
We
So-
insisted on doing the right thing because this asshole lied to us from the start and we knew it.
So Ilya rolled nothing, and I rolled a failure, 4 threat, and a despair.
So he's like, I might as well have written it on my palm and showed
And
him
Josh
as I
put me
was
back on a
talking.
combat grid.
Okay.
Nash, you are that bridge is the one that leads past Einval's place into the compound with the granary and stuff. So that is kind of what it is there. Oh man. Yeah. Einval sorry, Emery, you notice because you mentioned looking at the shadow of Einval.
Yep.
As he starts to glower, you see his shadow lit. And one of the shadows, and it starts to fan out into multiple shadows,
Great.
all shades in anguish that have been bound to him.
Great.
And he looks at the 3 of you and goes, "No, I think we're done with our little game."
Why do we let him do the talking? It's not like he's the leader or anything.
This was not
And-
going to go well for us.
You were indisposed, my liege.
Yeah, we would have let Nash do it, but
I'm just saying that. What?
My
Rat
hatred
Boy's
for him is
pretty
well
convincing.
known. My hatred for him is well known and documented. I cede my responsibilities to communicate with him.
it's fair. It's fair.
With that, we'll start the initiative at Einval
But where?
because of the despair.
I have my,
Because
I have my hammer
he got
back?
angry first.
I've been angry
And,
this whole time. I don't think that flies.
And he's
It's different.
He's gonna
it's angry.
attack. And so we're kicking it off. All right.
Great!
If it's any consolation, I only have 1 enemy in the turn order, but there's about 20 of them surrounding me. I don't know what to think.
Every one of those figures, except for the little crawly guys, are rivals. They'll all have their own turn.
This one turn is going to take us
But
our
they
whole
don't
night, guys.
know. They don't know theoretically what's going on over here yet.
That is correct. We are not, and neither does Nash.
Yes. I don't know if that's better or worse, but it's something.
Yeah. All right. Gotta set the mood here. Einval reaches over and he's going to, let's see here. Well, first, as he reaches to his full height and goes all gross and stuff like that, his terrifying does proc. So at the start of your guys' turns, we'll have to deal with that. Next, let's see here. Starts their turn. So it's a lot of starts your turn effects, so don't worry about that. He is going to lash out at Ilya with his claws.
Bitch.
4 and where's that? 3. Okay.
Well, you guys always want to do a Skyrim kill everybody in the village thing, right? And then reload?
Reload. There's a reload in this, right?
Right? Hey, you guys got a reload with Eli on the pirate campaign.
Have you guys met my brother Bilya?
Billy. I feel like he has a different job.
Not a fighter, he's just a plumber.
All right,
Did the reload happen before I joined that one?
No, it happened while you guys were detained by. You were detained after the pirate ship exploded, and you guys swam to shore, and your old pirate captain had you guys all put in that room awaiting execution, and you guys were like, we're just gonna keep talking our way out. And I was like, at this point, they've removed all of your weapons, they've bound you, and they've surrounded the building, and you guys are awaiting execution, and the pot just keeps getting hotter and hotter. Are you guys sure?
I don't remember that.
Like...
Nope.
Was that before or after I turned the magic cannon on them?
That was right after that.
Okay.
That was what immediately precipitated the situation. Yes. What did you roll, Ilya?
I rolled 2 failure, 1 threat.
Okay. So 4, 7. Okay, so 11 minus 4. You know what? As a maneuver, he's good on that. Good on that. Yep, he's good. The flesh totem will go. And it's going to lash out at... actually, hold on. Mind punch. Okay, yep. It's going to try to smack Emery with its swoopy tail.
Why not? Oh, I got 2 threat.
2 threat.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So it hits you for 9 soakable damage.
Great.
And you are grappled.
Great.
Gotta figure out when Death Grip procs.
When what procs?
Death Grip. 1 second. Oh. Turn that it continues its Death Grip. Okay, so it starts squeezing down on you. You're immobilized, and it'll be at the start of its next turn. Athletics free from its grip. Okay. So you're grappled.
Are you saying I'm immobilized or not right now?
You are. It just isn't squeezing you.
Okay.
Right now. It's not juicing you. All right, and then 2 gnolls are going to hit Ilya. Now that he's grappled.
You know, if they did.
You know what? We could play that out next time. If this doesn't go the way you guys want. Playing the what if it didn't suck as bad. Wow, we are just packed in here.
What would I lose in terms of defense for being grappled?
In terms of defense, I don't think in the cheat sheet we have any defense mitigations for that. I think
Okay.
usually, yeah, it's just your attacks are going to be much harder to do with it grabbing you.
Okay.
2 and 2.
Right. Three failure, one threat.
You're not getting any bonuses with your sword right now, right? Since you don't have it.
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. You did 3 failure, 1 threat. So the first attack is a miss. The second attack, though, go ahead and roll.
One failure, 4 threat.
That does hit for 2, 7 damage, and I need you to give me a resilience check.
Why you gotta be like this? Three and 2.
Oh, yeah, you just passed.
Are they all Ucky?
It's paralyzing touch.
Gross.
Yeah. Okay, so now it is your turn. At the start of your turn, a lot of different things prop. First, let's do your terrifying check. Roll discipline, please.
Okay, hold on. So how much damage did I... 7 soakable damage?
Yes, I believe so.
So the terrifying proc.
Yeah.
Which do I roll?
Roll discipline.
Oh, 3 and 1.
Okay, so you're not afraid of this guy. Then devouring shadow procs. You just lose 2 off of your health and strain thresholds.
Just gone.
Just gone.
Right now, or like?
Yeah. If you recall from when the shades touched you guys last time, it happened from till the next sunup. Yep, they're just dropped too, both of them. And then that's it for you.
What about the poison?
Oh, yeah, the poison just happens too. It's 4 poison average, right? No, hard. There we go.
Hard.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
So roll resilience.
Wait, roll resilience to stop it?
Yeah, the hard is I roll 3 purple dice, and you roll resilience to see if you take the damage or if you recover. I'll double check on the sheet here if you
3 and 1.
or suffer damage. Yep. Okay. You recover from the poison.
Right, you motherfucker.
That's 2. That's a 2 for there. Okay. So you are grappled, but you are free to take your turn.
I want to resist the grapple.
As a maneuver, you can try to break free.
Okay. What do I need to roll? Athletics?
I'll allow athletics or coordination. It'll be versus his athletics.
No, you see what you do. What you do is you put your hand against his chest and then recall your sword to it.
That will be pretty fucking sick.
That is pretty badass.
Fuck. 2 success, 5 advantage.
No, he got 4 and 2.
Can I try again?
As another maneuver.
So, would I have to strain for that maneuver if I don't take an action?
No. You get 3 things each turn.
Yeah, but if you want to do an action, then you would have to take the strain.
Correct.
Okay.
If you break free.
Two. I almost saw a triumph. 2 and 4.
So he rolled 1 success, 4 advantage, and a triumph. So converting the triumph to a success, you guys tie, and ties go to heroes.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take that 2 strain and spend a story point and recall my sword into my hand.
For a story point, that's your last story point, right?
I didn't spend another one. I don't think.
Not last session or this
No.
session?
No,
Okay.
I haven't needed to.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. So that was your last maneuver then, and we'll go on to the other group of gnolls.
Wait, so can we do the thing for my sword coming back? Because I've been thinking about it.
Oh, yeah. How would you like to do it?
So because it's fire, I don't want it to be like flashes of bright orange and red light that are formless at first, but slowly condenses into the sword. And you can see my hand shaking even as I grip the solid sword, and I am like mean mugging Einvol as hard as possible.
Nice. Yeah. The particulate of the sword, because it turns into basically powder and floats through the sky, is basically all hot sparks as it comes toward and materializes in this glow of flame. And then the other 2 gnolls, one is going to swing at Emery and one's going to swing at Wretch.
Oh.
Two and 1.
0 and 3.
Oh man. Double triumph and 2, and then what did you say, Emery?
0 and 3 threat.
2 and 4. Okay. So I'll do Emery's first here. So 0 and 3. So I got 2 and 1. 2 and 1 gives me Filthy Claws 7. I'm gonna do 7 damage and 1 strain, soakable. And then on the other one against Wretch, I have to spend a triumph to successfully hit, and then I have a triumph to spend. So that is going to be 7 soakable damage as he one jumps at you and bites down. But they're gonna use their triumph to crit you.
Yeah.
And the crit is 66.
What does that do?
Critical injury table 66. Reduce strain threshold by the tens digit.
By 6?
Yep.
Alright, that's not gonna fly.
And then Nash and the Horde are next. Do you think it would be fair to say that you guys move at standard pace? So 4 squares, just towards the.
Yeah, if we're doing both maneuvers, it'd be 4 squares.
Yeah. So we're just gonna move you at 4 squares, towards the bridge, and once you get on the bridge, we'll move you to the next, map or whatever. Once you get across the bridge, so to speak. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then back to the other map. Emery, you are grappled by this big ol' scary monster.
That's right, I am. Is there anything that affects me at the start of my turn?
Yes, sorry. Couple things. First, terrifying daunting. So roll discipline.
Yep.
Just grab a handful of dice.
I'll just random one. I'll just see.
I don't think she needs a handful of dice for
2 and
for
2.
discipline. You fail.
Yep. So what is that?
So you were afraid.
Yep.
It's a status in the cheat sheet
Yep.
of Einval. And then Devouring Shadow, you lose 2 health and 2 strain off the top of your thresholds. And that's that.
Off the top of my thresholds. Okay.
Yeah.
Conditions.
Wait, was that just a thing that happened because of Einval's presence?
It's his shadows, yeah.
Okay.
It's proximity to Einval.
And basically, fear, if you're suffering from it, you just can't move closer to him.
And you get a black die on anything you do.
So
Oh.
as far as that goes, is there anything Emery could think of that could be done to, like, mitigate that? Like, the effects of the shades, like...
Oh.
Because, like, the lights, I don't think, like, lights were necessarily keeping them from doing that, right? Before, but I'm just trying to think
So
of...
the last time... You want to roll Knowledge Dark?
Sure. I know that I just can't remember. So.
Yeah. I'm going to give you information based off of your roll.
Oh, shit.
Some things I'm going to guaranteed give you.
1 and 1. That's it.
Yeah.
Much worse roll.
So torches made it more obvious where the shades were.
Right.
You guys were able to easily get away from them earlier. That's what was the trick, was just like, once you see them, you can just dodge them.
Yeah.
But if you can't get away, they're just gonna chew on you.
Right.
Right? The second feature is that sunlight itself, but previously it was overcast. So, but you guys know that the coming of a new day helps purge the effects, that sort of stuff. It's not really useful right now.
No.
But
Alright, just wait like 400 rounds.
Why don't we just sit and think and talk about this, guys? Then we can murder each other.
Yeah. If each round is 6
just start
seconds
the barn
of time,
on fire.
How long until dawn?
Just start the barn on fire.
I'm
hoping Ilya's working on that, but in the meantime,
I gotta kill Einval first.
With fire.
Yeah, this is like a blood feud for him now.
With
fire. You guys really had it out for this guy right out the gates.
I wonder why.
Now
you guys can certainly say you were justified, but in the moment,
let me make him as shady and underhanded as possible. Make him as evil looking as possible. Why are you guys so mean to him? I don't get it.
Hey, you guys sucked at presents. I had to at least make it feel like you sucked at presents.
Okay, was that a maneuver for me then?
I'll be gracious and say nay.
Okay. Is it going to make it more difficult for me? Of course it is. This is a dumb question. Making my summon would be harder if I'm grappled. Because I literally build it with my little handsies.
Yeah, magic right now is supremely difficult.
Yeah. How about my staff?
Mustache.
Melee heavy is, grappled is...
No.
Oh, you can just throw your snake. Yeah, you can just do the snake.
Like, my stakes aren't, you know what I mean? Because, they're kind of a magic thing. So I'm just
no.
I don't want them.
You can just throw it out for you're turning your staff into a snake is not affected by this.
Okay, but let me think here, because my staff actually.
Token into this room.
My staff actually does strain damage, which might be useful right now. So I'm gonna just try bonking with it first. I'm just gonna try to hit the person who's holding me. The snake thing. Well,
Okay,
not
it is
the totem.
it is +2 difficulty harder because you're grappled and it is a two-handed weapon.
It's gonna be that way no matter who I try to hit, right?
You may move, grab, and attack each other. Nope, it's just the person who's grappling you.
Fine.
That's harder.
Screw it. But I'm afraid of Einball, so I can or can't hit him.
You can hit him, but you just have an extra black die while he's around.
Well,
you
yeah.
can't get closer to him. You're within range already, so.
Okay, well, I'm gonna hit him. Sorry for all of the questions.
No, that's fine. There's just a lot of status debuffs right now.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure I'm rolling right. Do you want me to roll the black die, or do you want to roll it, the extra black die?
I'm rolling the extra black die.
Okay.
Right there. And the bumper.
1 success, 3 advantage.
3 threat.
That's it?
Yep.
Oh. Okay, then oh my god, I succeeded at this hit. I wasn't prepared for that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 stun damage, which is strain damage.
5 stun damage, which is strain damage. Okay. As you whack him, you note that the damage that you deal with your blunt object just doesn't seem to affect him as much as it would some other entity.
Of course not. That's fine.
Physical resistance.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
I am going to try to wiggle free. Futilely.
Okay.
I know it's futile. Coordination.
Or athletics.
Cute. 1 and
I
2.
got 2 and okay, doesn't matter. You're still stuck.
Yep, of course.
Okay. Top of the round is Wretch.
Okay. So I am going to take 2 strain to heal my crit.
Oh, first of all, do your Terrify check. So discipline.
All right.
Which you will pass.
I have confidence, which is decrease the difficulty of fear checks by 1.
Okay.
He's so confident.
Thank you for that. I'll just decrease what I rolled by 1.
All right.
Jesus, that song.
4 success, 7 advantage.
Yeah, you shake off the effects of fear. Take 2 off of your strain and wound thresholds for the devouring shadows.
Okay. Then I take 2 strain to try and heal my crit.
Okay.
It's a hard check.
Yeah, 1 second. Add their sorcery against the spell. So you said hard?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. Strain. This is effectively counter spell, but what it does is it just adds his sorcery to the difficulty of the check. And I am going to say you guys are dried off at this point. But it is raining outside, so that's something to remember. So sorcery is 3, so 2. This. And 2, 3.
Okay, so I just roll.
Yep, you just roll. I just made the difficulty much harder by him doing his counterspell ability.
Got it. 8 and 3.
5 and 2.
I did use 2. I turned 2 advantage to success, but okay. So I get rid of my 6 strain crit,
Yes.
and then is it a maneuver to grapple someone?
It is a action to grapple someone,
Okay.
but you are actively grappled with Ghoul King Einval. It is a tit for tat, so to
Oh,
speak. He just has
easy
dominance
then.
on it, so you have to roll if you want to pull him anywhere.
Now I don't want to
because
pull
he's-
him anywhere. I'm gonna just press my holy icon into him.
Oh, sorry, no, sorry. It's Ilya who is grappled with him, not you.
I broke the grapple.
Likely story. I thought Ilya got out of his grapple.
You did. I'm going backwards as quickly as I can in my brain, and Wretch was never grappled, is what I'm trying to say.
Got it. Well, I am standing right next to him, so I'm just gonna just slam my holy icon into him with a palm strike. Just
Okay.
because he didn't want to touch it in his mansion.
Your cast was an action, right?
Yeah.
I would consider this an attack, which would
Aw.
be an action.
Okay, then I'll use Quicken Spell once per session. Spend 2 strain to make a magic check a maneuver.
Okay.
So my magic check was a maneuver. Now this is an action.
Okay. Give me I guess a brawl check.
That doesn't sound like a pa check. I wanted a pa. I'm gonna do a
Pa.
pa. And just get him.
Oh,
Alright.
big cartoon letters.
I really want this to hit, so I'm gonna use my Touch of Fate once per session. Add 2 blue dice.
So 2 purple. 3, 2, so that's just these 2.
4 and 4.
1 and 2.
Get pod.
Roll. Calculate damage off of a melee punch. So it's just your brawn plus your uncanceled success.
So 6.
6. Okay. I will consider he has sunlight vulnerability. I will consider this as proccing sunlight vulnerability, which means that he loses his physical resistance, so you effectively do normal damage to him. Given the holiness of it, so to speak.
Quick question: what was the name that they gave the creature? The vestige of something?
The vestige of Ibalik.
Ibalik. Ibalik.
Nice. Okay, so as you punch with your thing wadded up onto your hand, it flashes with light, and you see him look back at you and bare his teeth. You know what? Actually, instead of the 2 damage, what will be more impactful is a crit. If you want to just roll a crit.
All right. 14.
Okay. And the Criticus begins. All right, and then after Wretch, actually, he's supposed to have a legendary action, so he's going to use his legendary action, and then it's his turn. So, he is going to turn his attention on you and swipe at you. And then he'll have his normal turn, so he'll swipe at you again. So the first one here. Five and 1.
This is just a regular melee defense check.
Yep.
1.
1. Okay, so it's going to be 11 soakable damage.
Ah.
And then he swipes at you again.
Okay. 1-1.
2 and 2. So he's gonna do. Sorry. 2 and... You said 1, 1? He rolled 3 and 2. So 3 and 2 minus 1 and 1 is 2 and 1. Sorry. So 9 soakable damage, and you will suffer a strain. Snicker snack, wick whack.
Okay.
And then the flesh totem will go, and it squeezes Emery with its death grip, and you suffer 4 wounds.
Just flat?
Just flat.
That would go on Querbus, and poor little Querbus goes, and is kind of no more right now. Poor
Incredible
little.
old Kirby.
And then you're going to get reeled up into the rafters with it. The good news is you're out of range of the shades.
Awesome. I love that.
You should.
And then it's going to punch you with its many little limbs.
Great.
At least they're little.
Nice.
He said it. He said it was little.
Yeah, I did.
It's like getting punched by a baby. Which, I mean, would still probably affect Emery.
4
That's
and 2.
valid. I'm not even going to argue that.
I had wanted to say when we learned it was a scorpion type looking monster, I'm like, I swear to God, if you get impaled again and just insta die.
Yeah, I'm actually shocked I'm still conscious, you know, but Querbus has done hard work, so.
I don't know. Emery hasn't gone down in a while, has she?
Thanks
it's
to
been a
Querbus,
bit.
who gives me an extra 10 on top of my health. My little living armor has been huge.
What did you roll for your melee defense there?
Oh, sorry. 1 and 2.
Okay. Then that is 9 soakable damage
9.
as it punches you.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it is the 2 of the gnolls' turns. This one's going to. I guess it doesn't need to shift. Yeah, 2 of them are going to swing at Ilya.
Monkey.
You're fine, Asher. You can wait. You can wait.
4 failure, 2 threat.
Okay. First one misses. Second one, go ahead and roll.
One failure, 3 threat.
Okay, then you have 2 threats that you can spend off of this attack, but it does do 8 soakable damage to you, and I need you to give me a resilience check.
Hold on. Four and 2.
You're good.
That's right, motherfucker. Oh,
These stinky claws got nothing on you. Okay, and then it's Ilya's turn. You did have 2 threat that you could have spent on that attack against you. So if you'd like to add a boost die to your attack right now, that
yes,
seems like an easy
I would. So, as a maneuver, I'm going to switch my special glove to my sword hand because it's been on my shield hand, and I'm going to turn towards Einval and I'm going to spend a story point to cut through any soak he might have and give him a wickety whack.
Okay. He has an out-of-turn incidental that he's going to do for 2 strain. 1 second. You can go ahead and roll. I'm just doing something on my side.
Wow. I would be absolutely astonished at this hit. 1 success and 6 advantage.
That misses, but you have 4 advantage to spend.
Make him suffer strain.
Yeah, wait, can I recover?
You
Strain?
can recover 2 or make him suffer 2.
Make him suffer too. Fuck him.
All right. I'll consider you gaining the fucking him status.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else?
Can I use a maneuver to see if I recognize that name?
Ibalig?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a knowledge dart check.
Wait,
Or
what was that name
investigate.
said?
Earlier it said it was the vestige of
Oh,
Ibalig. 2 success, 1 advantage.
Sorry, 1 second. It was said one time before earlier, and the name rings true to you in the old lore of your homeworld. You remember sorry, 1 second. Am I in the right thing here? Sorry. Why isn't it here? There we go. You remember the stories of the Volandir, a master sect of Jotun smiths who were tasked with constantly making and repairing the giant blister steel chain links that hold the Titan Ibalig at bay. It is said that if he were to finally break free of his chains, that he would usher in Ragnarok, and that he makes of himself a great body as he finds all of the flesh, or beckons the flesh to him, that he can eat of it and fashion of himself a maw of teeth that will one day swallow the world.
So basically, this guy, Einval, is the Antichrist to me.
Iblig is ish. But if there's something that you know, having worked with Wallaby and the Aesawaloon, is that the greater outer evil entities, the profane, they work under many layers and masks. I will say, given the context of this conversation, what you've picked up on, I mean, this thing was talking about how it spared him as a child. This dude's been fucking groomed for a long time. And that to you stinks of the vampire. The sect of folks who go out into the world and do the perversionist bidding of the profane. Whatever's puppeteering this totem has made Einval his bitch, essentially.
Well, I'm not going to convince Einval of anything, but good to know.
All right. So you missed with the sword, and you thought a little bit. Is there anything else that you'd like to do with it? I'll say you have still your one free maneuver.
Yeah, I'm going to switch the magic glove back to my shield hand.
Okay. And then with that, over to you, Wretch. You're getting attacked twice by the ghoul. Ghoulish.
Have I
gnolls.
moved at all in the time during this fight since the
You're
last
next.
time you moved me?
You're the
Okay.
very next thing to happen. There's just a lot
Yeah,
of shit.
I'm having trouble keeping track.
No problem. 2 and 1. 4 and 2. Wretch.
2
Melee
and 1.
defense. 2 and 1. First one's
Yep.
a miss. Second one.
0 to 0.
0 to 0. Oof. Okay.
Yeah.
Then the second attack is 9, and they're gonna do paralyzing touch. Give me a resilience check.
9 damage.
9 soakable damage. Yep.
Oh, he's got soap for days, right?
I do have 5, yeah.
Oh, that's not much.
Resilience is a triumph, 3 success, 1 advantage.
Oh, come on. A triumph. How many success?
Okay, well, 2 separate success, 1 from the triumphs of 3.
Oh, okay. Wait, no. You needed 4 to pass. I rolled 3 failure. Okay. So what I will say is you can spend the triumph to downgrade. I'll say that you lose a maneuver instead of being staggered.
Okay.
From the paralyzing touch.
Seems fine.
Okay. And then over to Nash and his company of.
Well, if he had 2 success and a triumph, wouldn't that be a total of 4 success if he did it that way?
No, because he counted it. He counted one of the success that's in the triumph. He rolled a triumph and a success. That's 3 success.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys don't make it easy on me on that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you can make it onto the bridge. Next turn, you will be at the starting area of the facility, so to speak.
Hold on. So I'm on the bridge.
Yeah.
I'm going to come to a stop right there.
Okay. What's going through? What's going on?
I'm just coming to a stop because now they're all funneled in front of me and behind me.
Yeah. Okay. So as things girt to a stop, then there won't be anything noticeable about it until next round, because that would have been your full movement anyways. Cool. All right. And then after your turn, I'm going to use the legendary action of Einval. Here we go. And Ilya, did you take your 2 damage and 2 off of your wound threshold and 2 off of your strain threshold again?
No.
Yeah, that's gonna keep happening.
Yikes.
Oh my god.
Start a fire!
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
And Einval is going to attempt to grapple you. So you can give me a coordination or athletics roll.
Coordination. Oh, that's pretty good. 4 success, 3 advantage.
You duck away.
That's right, motherfucker.
Can't catch me. Oh, they can catch me though.
Emery very squished.
Give me your terror check, if you would.
What? That's a cool check, right?
Discipline or cool.
Discipline. Oh, I'm actually better at discipline. Okay.
Well, if you get 2 success, you pass.
Joke's on you. I don't.
Okay, well, I rolled 5 threat, so I'm gonna say you take 2 strain in the panic.
Well,
of
that's
it all.
just rude.
Yep.
Okay, I'm still grappled. Any other weird things?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Okay, so my magic isn't working right now. But what I do know is, like, mechanics and building things. So I want... I feel a little bit like Sonic or something. Like, I'm just like, I want to see what I can smash in this room that could potentially, like, destroy the integrity of this thing. Like, if I could, like, knock down the rafters, or if there's, like, a standing torch that I could knock down that would start a fire. You know, like, those sorts of,
Yeah.
like, structural things that I could potentially...
Give me a skullduggery check. I'm gonna say it's a hard check because of the... It's not like this place is completely run down, but
Right.
that's what the roll's for. So.
3 and 1.
All right, I rolled 1 and 4. So, looking about, you could, there is an like engagement thing for the wheel, for the grinding wheel, that has been disengaged because the windmill is moving pretty quick in the rain and the storm. We'll say it's blowing a lot outside. I'll say that you are just enough within range to kick the peg that re-engages it
All right.
back into place, which could threaten the structure.
All right. All right. I do that. Sorry, everyone, but I do that.
All right.
Faced.
All right. So yeah, you kick that into place, and
We need drastic measures.
We'll say with the 3 threat, it's probably roll me a d6.
Okay.
I missed it. What did you do?
2.
Doing?
I'm making the wheel that connects to the windmill go, but it's a wild storm. So, like, the grinding wheel's gonna start going again, and it could be way too fast for it to handle. So.
Okay. So now there's a grinding wheel spinning down below, or moving around on the platform that it pulverizes the grain into flour.
So go ahead and use that, guy. Things about to get nasty.
Well, just throw Angval into it.
Right. Just.
That'll solve the whole problem. Surely the townspeople will disperse after we kill Lord Angval.
Yes.
Or something. Maybe.
That was only one action. Right?
Oh,
or was,
yeah, you're right.
Was it finding something and kicking something? Was that 2?
Yeah, I usually think that assessing the situation is
That's
a maneuver.
Fine. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, because, I mean, it gives more credence to the intelligence and the skullduggery of looking around, and you're basically spending a story point to have something exist.
Okay, that's fine with me. Just wanted to make sure.
Cool. All right. So, Wretch, over to you. Take 2 off your strain and wound thresholds.
All right. So, Indomitable. Out of turn when knocked out by strain or HP. Spend a story point to delay going unconscious until the end of your next turn. If you get back to normal HP or strain, don't go unconscious. So I'm using my other
So
story
did
point.
you just go unconscious on strain or wounds?
Wounds. I'm at 20 out of 19.
Oh, man. Okay.
Well, since I have until next turn, I'm gonna keep pressing my holy icon into this jerk.
When did you get so injured?
Like 7 people attacked me since I had a fucking turn.
Not so fun, is it?
No.
Yeah, he's getting attacked 3 to 4 times a turn.
Anyway, yeah, I'm just pressing the holy icon in this dick.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a brawl check.
Okay. 4 and 1.
You crit him. Go ahead and roll a crit.
Ooh.
82.
82.
Yeah, and he already
Reduce
has
his wound by 8? Is that what that is?
he already has a crit,
Oh.
so it should be increased by 10. Unless your
Second.
guy works
Map
differently for reasons.
Oh, I did that wrong. 1 second. I tried to move something to make things better. There. Back. Okay. Maybe that works. Okay. That was a 2. 82 is what?
82, unless he has 92 because he already took damage.
Yes, it's plus 10. Yep.
Okay, then yeah, that. Is what? I don't know. No
It's
idea.
one random characteristic.
Yeah, roll a d6.
1.
1. Okay.
1.
1 is reducing his brawn by 1. Nice.
Down to
So
0.
you touch it to him. And he goes,
Yeah, I don't think he has
And-
a 1.
he almost shrivels and like he seems to wither by it.
Good.
That's badass.
Fuck that guy. I
Yeah.
use my maneuver to giggle.
You're not gonna try healing yourself?
Or like
That
backing up
was
his
a maneuver.
face so the shadows don't eat you.
Yeah, or,
What
yeah,
was
or
that?
moving out.
I said,
Oh.
or like backing up his space so the shadows don't eat you.
No.
But don't do it. He might have attack of opportunity.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not backing up.
All right,
That's just the DM trying to bait me.
it's true. um,
No more gaslighting.
Ghoul King Einval is going to grapple you.
Who's you?
Sorry, you wretch. But he gets an entire die less now because his brawn is reduced by 1.
Yep.
Damn shame.
Ooh, but I rolled a triumph and 4 success.
Alright, well, it doesn't really matter what I rolled, but I rolled 0 and 1.
All right. He grapples you and throws you onto the grinding wheel, and it's coming around. If you're still grappled at the start of his next turn, you will be smushed by the grinding wheel.
Okay.
Flesh Golem goes. Emery, you suffer 4 wounds.
Just flat out.
Yep, it's using its death grip to strangle you essentially.
For
break your ribs.
soakable.
Nope.
Okay.
And then it's gonna punch you.
Okay. When you said I get an extra black die on everything. No failure again.
I
Two
rolled
threat.
no success.
Oh,
So,
great. That's great.
The top of the scaffolding shudders with the motion of the windmill, and it is disoriented enough that it doesn't hit you. Then 2 ghouls go for Ilya. 2 melee defense checks. Ilya?
He's dead.
Ilya!
He does seem to be
Oh
dead.
shit! Sorry, my mic was muted. 1 failure, 3 threat for the first one.
Okay, so hold up. 1 threat. What's there? 1 failure and 3 threat, and I rolled 4 and 1.
Fuck.
So that is going to be the bite attack, which would then be 9 soakable damage, and you have 2 advantage to spend. I'll give you an extra black die against the second attack.
Okay. You said 9 soakable?
Correct. And this one's the claws from the other one.
Okay. Fuck me. Second one is gonna be one failure, 5 threat.
Okay, I rolled 2, 2, and a triumph. 2, 2, and a triumph. So that's going to be 6 soakable damage and a crit. And then you have 3 threats to spend. The crit is 48.
So it's 48.
Yeah, the crit is 48.
Let me see here.
4 off of your wound threshold.
Oh. Please don't get crushed, Wretch.
Oh, I'm gonna get crushed.
So what can I do with that threat? Can I put a boost die on my next attack?
Yeah, I mean, you have 3 threats, so you could spend it to do a maneuver. You could spend it to give a boost die on your next check, or you could give it to Wretch to do a boost die on his next check, or a free maneuver. He's grappled right now.
Yeah, I think Wretch is gonna need an extra boost die on this check to get ungrappled, so he doesn't die.
A little bit. Do you want to give him a free maneuver to attempt to break out, or an extra boost die, or what?
A free maneuver. Come on, Wretch.
Wretch, what would you like to do with that
Attempt to
maneuver?
break out.
I mean, you don't have to.
What would I do with a free maneuver otherwise?
That's a good question.
Cry.
You could dominate the grapple since you're
Wiggle
grappled
like
together.
you did last time.
I don't have a story point to make that better. And even with the story point, wriggling wasn't exactly working great for me. TBH.
I mean, yeah, if you don't wriggle or if you don't take control of the grapple, they're going to get crushed.
It also makes casting magic like impossible. You're just been using abilities that mean that you're not actually rolling like an actual spell check.
Yeah. I don't know. Try and wriggle out of here, I guess.
Can do this, Rich. You reduced his brawn by
I
1.
believe you.
Wait, you got grappled again?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This dude gets to go twice around.
Yeah, but I mean, Wretch was in the mill and now he's not in the mill?
Oh, he's in the mill. He's being held on the mill.
Oh, he's being healed in... Okay.
What'd you get, sir?
3 and 1.
You wriggle loose. I
Yay.
rolled 1 and 4.
Oh,
Okay. For intensive purposes, since you're no longer grappled, even though you're on that space, we'll say that, like... Well, I suppose you have your whole turn before it comes around, so... alright. That was the Knoll's turn. Now it's Ilya's turn.
question. If I were to shield slam Einval into the oncoming gear, what would he have to check against?
Athletics.
Got pretty good athletics, and you just got his brawn reduced. I think I'm gonna try to do that.
You're gonna try to shield slam him into the path of the stone?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do I roll?
This is just an athletics roll.
Ah.
You're doing a grapple push.
All right, you look. Okay, 4 success, 1 advantage.
Okay. Because of Wretch's super cool, like, inflatable blow up man bouncy armor, we'll say that Einval gets pushed into Wretch, knocking Wretch off of the thing and landing on his feet, and you knock him onto the thing. And he basically like falls backward on it, so to speak.
Okay.
Ilya, at the start of your turn, you're supposed to take 2 off of your strain and wound thresholds.
He's still close
But,
enough for that? Being 2 squares
He was
away?
at the start of his turn.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. But you still have your maneuver.
A maneuver?
Yep.
Big scary monster up there is crushing Emery to death, which is no bueno.
I wouldn't worry about it.
I mean, oh, this is tough. So if I were to run up the wall to get up to the rafter,
You'd have to do it off this wall over here. You know what? No, rule of cool. I'll allow you to run up this wall here and, like, jump backflip up to here.
hell yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Parkour!
Okay. Yeah, you got the ability to just spend 2 strain, and with your movement speed, you can just get there. Nice.
Ouch.
Okay. As you land up there, and the gnolls, gnash their teeth in anger, they're going to attempt to jump and climb their way up that wall. And one of them makes it up, the other one does not. And that's their turn. Nash, you are up next, and as the rain comes down on you, and you slow to a stop on this bridge, you've changed your mindset. What are you thinking now?
Before I do anything, do we want to stop the session here before this round of 30 attacks rolls through?
Yeah, no, I was actually going to stop it after you told me what your next plan was,
Okay.
and that's what we're going to pick up off.
So my next plan was I go Super Saiyan and just start swinging.
Okay. As you palm the haft of your axe on your belt, you realize something's off with these strange villagers. You see the creaking and billowing of the mill as it shudders, and the sense of emendagia hits you, and you feel the sense to act. And that is where we'll pick up next time.
Really, I was just trying to get him to a choke point.
Before you started just killing peasants?
Yes.
Undead peasants.
Undead peasants.
Really, he's giving him +1 life because they're -1 right now. So
There you go. And I think this probably warrants a good conversation in the party.
I
about
thought you were going to
what's
say
happening next.
XP. Session.
If only level up meant you also go to full health like it does everywhere else.
I mean, this is a great time for a level up. Here you guys go, 100 XP and a full heal.
You know how many times I've held on to one level in like Skyrim or Fallout just when I was in a dire situation? I'm like, level up, ooh, full health.
Yeah. Sometimes you need it.
warrants a discussion.
I'm gonna love coming back to my character and being like, how are my wounds higher than my threshold?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
speaking
what's
of coming
going
back
on
to
there?
characters,
And noting where your guys' story points are.
Yep.
I have 0.
1.
I have Serral.
I will be down by 1 once we start our next session.
So I'm not going to be able to do game on the 28th. And right after that, like May 1st until the 12th, probably, I'm going to be out in cowboy country and will not have the time to do game.
You're talking about April 28th?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm moving in with Hannah mid next month, and there's an Arch Enemy concert, I want to say on the 28th, could be the 29th.
Cool.
Let's see.
Okay, so sorry, I got my calendar open. You said no to the next session, right?
No,
The 31st?
So no, the 31st will work.
Okay. The 14th.
14th will work, but I think the 28th won't.
Okay.
And that might be the only one that doesn't work.
Okay. So we just gotta move or cancel the 28th.
Yeah.
Yeah.